Breaking, yes, it don't bust for this area as a Biafra independence protests has gone international once more. Yes, my people, normally it don't go international. Yes, everybody knows about it, but once again, it has broken the bar on the international level. Yes, we'll be going directly into the details of this news. Don't forget, we are your one and only Exposed News TV. Yes, these are the details. Also, in response to escalating violence in the Biafra land, yes, in southeastern, he said the protests has erupted across major European cities with thousands of members of the Biafran diaspora demanding international intervention in the ongoing conflict. Yes, we have there have been noticed that there have been demonstrations in London, Berlin, Paris, and Brussels, with the independent people calling for the independent Biafra and condemning the zoo government for its handling of the crisis. Yes, we'll be talking about these specific places, make you go know, make you understand, say everything where they actually happen is something that is meant to be and not a joke. Okay, he says in London, Trafalgar Square, as one way or another, protesters and people that are Biafrans have come across and come around waving Biafran flags. They've held banners and said, "Free Biafra now and end the Nigerian occupation." Similar things were reported in other cities where members of the Biafran community and their allies chanted slogans and called for foreign governments and the United Nations to intervene, which PM Ekpa has been on the sidelines, have been in the apex too, making sure and poking around, making sure that these people come to a full-time understanding that there is no going back on this particular movement. The process comes on the heels of the Biafra Liberation Armies and the BNL's movement moving and stopping across the violence that has been taking place in the Biafra land. As zoo forces are in disarray, the diaspora believes that the time has come for the international community to step in full time. I believe they have stepped in some time ago and they have made a few comments, but now they are expected to make heavy comments, heavy comeback, and make effective, what do you call it? Effective impact in this particular time at this moment, because this time is the right time. Okay, he says here that we cannot sit idly while our brothers and sisters are being killed from one Ngozi. We there are said that stays in London. He said the world must recognize Biafra's right to self-determination and self-referendum and force the zoo government to stop its violence. International human rights groups have also raised concerns about the growing humanitarian crisis in the region, with tens of thousands displaced by the conflict and the zoo government's military response. As you all know that these people seek to do complete a genocide in the Biafra land, in the southeast region, and it is not something that is even being hidden on any ground. But then it is not what we'll be looking at whenever we decide to do the necessary things that we need to do. That is just the truth of the matter. We are going to succeed. We are going to make sure we do everything in our power to make everything work out. The United Nations has called for a ceasefire and a peaceful resolution, but thus far diplomatic efforts have failed to gain traction. As the conflict in Zoo intensifies, the Biafra's global presence is making waves on the international stage, putting additional pressure on both the Nigeria government and the foreign powers to address the situation before it spirals further out of control. Na so. Okay, my people, na so we go dey give am straight to una back to back. Take notes. That is what we are here for. On another note, it is always good to have it in mind that we are not slacking back on another level. The next thing you will be hearing would be things that concern the Biafra movement, coming from the PM Simon Eba. Listen and enjoy. Thank you.
De facto government in the homeland for easy transition of government once the recognition starts coming. I want you to outline that, because I heard that they have dissolved the Biafra Republic government in exile. I heard that they have dissolved it. Some people say that PM said after the declaration of Biafra, they are going to dissolve the government in exile. It is a lie. PM said after the liberation of Biafra, we are going to go into, oh no, do I even have to start explaining? Let me begin to show you this immediately. No time to waste. It is a big lie. Our prime minister can never tell you after declaration, because he knows declaration is a mere spoken word. It is not liberation. He said after the liberation of Biafra, I'm going to challenge anybody who is trying to twist it. I will give them a challenge this evening, but let's see this. Now, my fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom, some of you think that I have taken side. I have never taken any side, and I will never ever take any side. I will only stand with what is right. Pay attention to this. A lot of people, so many of us, African people, there's this word that says, if you want to, confuse an African man, put that word in is it on the book or what? Put it in a book, so that, because we don't have time to read. Everything that's supposed to happen today in this very struggle is already enshrined in the Biafra Charter, which all the members of Cabinet of Biafra and Biafrans who attended the convention in October 2023 in Finland signed this very charter, and it becomes a law. It becomes a law. It becomes the law of the Biafra nation. All of them from A to Z, they signed it. They deliberated on it and signed it to start to be effective. Today, we are seeing something different. Now, my brothers and sisters, this is Biafra Charter. I know they will be shocked. They will be shocked now. All the people who have gone against what is written already on Biafra Charter will be panicking now. Now, pay attention. After this, we are going to end the broadcast. Or maybe I will take questions from few individuals. I will put the link out there for you to, come in and make your speech or ask me questions. I want strong questions from anybody who does not understand what I'm going to say moving forward, or what I have said already. Now, on the 20th of October 2023, Biafrans from all walks of life gathered in Finland in a convention which gave birth to Biafra Charter. This Biafra Charter is not one of is the most important reason Biafrans gathered from all walks of life in Finland in October 2023 to produce this very charter that will govern Biafra until we produce our constitution. It is called the Biafra Charter. I have it. It is with me the same way all the cabinet have it, the same way I have it. Now, the Biafra Charter, you can see clear. Can you see it clear on your screen? Can you see it on your screen? Let me know in the comment section. I have a lot to say this evening. Can you see it on your screen? Let me know. Is it clear on your screen? If it's clear, let me know in the comment section. I am not here to side anybody. Anything we see on the charter is what we are going to follow. Any other thing outside the charter is a treasonable offense. Anything that you do outside the constitution is a treasonable offense, and you will be answerable to it. You will go to jail for it. If you do anything that is outside the constitution, as a matter of fact, this very charter is our constitution until the constitutional constitution is produced to Biafrans for us to follow. For now, this charter is our constitution. Anything you do outside this very charter is a treasonable offense, and you will be answerable to it. It is very pure as ABC. So those of you asking me, where is your stand, blah, blah, blah. When you want to confuse a black man, put that word in a book, because it is, with all his education, go to Cambridge, come back. We don't have time to read. We do not have time to read in order to understand what, even when we are managing to read it, when we manage to read it, our mind is not there because our mind is on our business and our money. Now, pay attention. I will explain all these things. I will explain them to you. This is Biafra Charter, definition of charter, number 2. This document, the Biafra Charter, the charter, is the organic and foundational agreement for the establishment of a national structure. This charter is what brought all Biafrans, including the finance minister, including the chief of staff, including all of them that gathered in Finland in October 2023 to declare this charter. This is the main thing that brought all of them to Finland, and this charter is what gave birth to the redeclaration of Biafra 2024 that just happened a couple of days ago. So pay attention. Don't be confused. Do not allow any individual to come on social media to lay a baseless allegation against anyone without any proof to confuse you. We have gone beyond explanatory exposition. We have gone beyond explanatory exposition. When people will come and face the camera on Facebook or whatever and start telling you without showing you any tangible reason or evidence, a substantial evidence of what they are saying, I call them rabble rousers and gossipers. I don't belong to that very category. I don't belong to that category, not Biafra Unite, not me or the Nangwa. Now, let's take this. Your eyes will open this evening because I know what I'm doing now. Many of you, 95% of you watching this very broadcast now have never thought of it, have never come here, have never reasoned this, have never even read this very charter. This is our law. This is our law. Pay attention. This document, the Biafra Charter, the charter, is the organic and foundational agreement for the establishment of a national structure, governance structure, governing authority, and basic code of conduct for the functionaries and peoples of Biafra. For the functionaries and peoples of Biafra. The Biafra Charter is a formal instrument which at once constitutes, pay attention, authority, number 1, number 2, mandate, number 3, contract, number 4, memorandum, number 5, terms of reference, and number 6, reference. And it went on to say, for the matters which are addressed or referenced by the charter and in accord with such matters addressed or referenced therein, granted by the nation of Biafra through the collectivity of the representatives of the communities and peoples of Biafra to the functionaries and for the functions stated in the charter. Then, purpose of charter, the purpose of this very charter, pay attention, my wonderful people of Biafra. Number one, the primary purpose of the charter is to establish an enduring national structure. The primary purpose of this very charter is to establish an enduring national structure. Enduring national structure. Enduring national, to establish an enduring national structure. I want you to outline it. Outline that. Very, very important. Now, governance structure and basic code of conduct for the people and the functionaries as directed by the peoples of Biafra, which contribute to and inform a future national constitution. And it says, which contribute to and inform a future national constitution. Are you paying attention, my wonderful people of Biafra? This is very, very important. And now let's move to another page. The importance of what I'm doing now, the importance of what I'm doing now is to show you who is wrong or who is right and where you are supposed to stand. Are you paying attention? And who has come to destroy what we are doing? Who has come to destroy our freedom? We are talking about who, what I'm doing. I'm not here to explain to you about any human being. What I'm doing now will show you who has come to destroy our freedom. Now listen. Second, in addition, the charter has provided the platform for the formation of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, and Biafra de facto government, BDFG, to serve the nation and people of Biafra during the period that Biafra is under the occupation of Nigeria. Are you paying attention? Can I translate here in Igbo? Do you want me to be translating it in Igbo when I read? But remember, we haven't even gotten to the main point. Listen and pay attention. Organization of charter. This document is sectionalized into A, Biafra Charter authorization; B, the federal structure of Biafra; C, the charter constituting the government of the Federation of Biafra; the charter constituting the government of the Federation of Biafra; D, the declaration of 9 basic laws; and E, amendments. E is amendment. Now, listen. Biafra Charter authorization. Biafra Charter authorization. Whereas the peoples and nation of Biafra and their land and property find themselves under physical, sociological, political, economic, and physiological subjugation since the 1914 amalgamation of the Southern and Northern Protectorates, and has continued under different political dispensations by the state of Nigeria. In particular, since 1970, a state of occupation by Nigeria of Biafra has existed and continues to exist with indiscriminate indiscriminate killings of Biafra people, forceful disappearance of Biafra people, unlawful invasion, destruction of properties, homes and businesses, government-sponsored invasion of indigenous communities, and being aided by the military, police, and other security agencies with the main objectives of ethnic cleansing, land grabbing, and Islamization. Now, unwilling to continue to live under such stifling servitude while suffering such indignities as are inappropriate for human beings. Biafrans are determined to exercise their natural and legal rights to freedom and liberty. Listen and listen very good, because I'm coming to your doorsteps. It says, now therefore, we the peoples of the Federation of Biafra have resolved. We have gotten there now. Listen. Have resolved to actualize, renew, reaffirm, and continue in accordance and pursuant to the May 30, 1967 Biafra Independence Declaration with all the implications thereof. In reaffirming the independence of Biafra, the peoples and nation of Biafra make neither war nor peace with the state or peoples of Nigeria. Rather, we exercise a natural right, a popular right, a political right, and a right supported by the United Nations Organization Charter and international laws. The right of self-determination, right to self-defense, and right to self-governance. In the certain realization that only the effective exercise of self-determination by the peoples and nation of Biafra will end the state of occupation and subjugation by Nigeria of Biafra. In furtherance of this exercise, the Biafra Charter, a formal framework of the people and nation of Biafra, lends authority to and issues a mandate for the creation and formation of Biafra de facto government, BDFG. Listen, my people, with this, you will learn this very evening. Mandate of BDFG, mandate of Biafra de facto government. To create, form, operate, and manage a de facto government for and by the peoples and nation of Biafra, such government, such government to function in the meantime, as a bona fide government of Biafra in the manner of legal, customary, and decent governments. To secure the freedom and liberty of Biafra in its peoples from occupation by Nigeria, based on self-determination, paradigm, and principles with all haste and by all means necessary. To represent the sovereignty and interests of Biafra and its people in the region and in the world at large. To project the sovereignty, independence, and humanity of Biafra and its people at all times. Now, pay attention. We have gotten now to the main case that we are treating today. If I treat it today, what we are treating today is where we are now. We have entered there, and I want every one of you to pay attention. I will show you where to go so that if you want to go and read for yourself, you will go there to the page where I'm reading now in order to read for yourself and confirm it for yourself. Now listen. To constitute a transitional government of Biafra, which is known as TGB, Transitional Government of Biafra. Remember, I played you our PM's, conversation, which he talked about how the transitional government of Biafra. Now he said, this very charter, the Biafran Charter said, to constitute a transitional government of Biafra, TGB, immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. Now, to constitute a transitional government of Biafra known as TGB immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria for a specified and finite duration not to exceed 4 years. My people, I want you to reason today. If today happens to be the only day you can reason, please utilize today to reason, because what Nigeria has come to do is to destroy us completely. After the arrest of our prime minister, Nigeria came to destroy us within. So I want you to reason. Follow this very, lecture very, very well. I want you to leave every other thing you are doing and focus, because I may not be able to do this again. I am not here for saga, so I may not be able to do this again. This may be only one time that I'll have time to do this. Pay attention, my wonderful people of Biafra. Now, let's take that again. To constitute a transitional government of Biafra, which PM had already said based on the conversation that I played for you before coming here, before coming to the Biafra Charter, from PM direct. To constitute a transitional government of Biafra known as TGB immediately after liberation of Biafra. Immediately after liberation of Biafra, not immediately after declaration in Finland. We are still in exile. In case you don't know, don't let anybody confuse you. We are still in exile. And I don't want to talk first. Let me finish reading, then I'll talk. Now, immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria for a specified and infinite duration not to exceed 4 years. Pending the formalization of Biafra state structures, post-occupation and post-liberation. Onana nuku oyibo ko ono cholo kana translate ya n'Igbo. Omu bani, omu Biafra, the Biafran people. Do you people understand it? Do you people understand it, or you want me to translate it in Igbo language? Let me take that again. It says, immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria for a specified and infinite duration not to exceed 4 years, pending the formalization of Biafra state. Listen, the formalization of Biafran state structures, post-occupation and post-liberation. Everything, before we even talk about anything, we are going to first of all liberate ourselves from Nigeria, and this transitional government is post-occupation and post-liberation, post-occupation of Nigeria in Biafra territory and post-liberation after we must have, evicted Nigeria from Biafra and liberate ourselves from Nigeria. Then we begin to talk about transitional government. We haven't even come to BRGIE. We haven't come to, I want you to follow. Borrow ear this evening. Borrow ear this evening. I know the reason I said that. Not for insult. I know the reason I said that. Now, to secure Biafra people and its territory, the Biafra Republic government in exile has formed and deployed the Biafra Liberation Army, BLA, Biafra Resistance Fighters, BRF, and Biafra Air Force, Biafra Navy, the Black Marines, and the Dragon Fighters Marine. Structures of BDFG. The Biafra de facto government shall consist of 2 arms. Now, Uge Belugonambawu, and I want everybody to listen. Ugo Ebelugonambawu. Now, the functions of BDFG, Biafra de facto government in the homeland. Now, the Biafra de facto government shall consist of 2 arms. A Biafra Republic government in exile, BRGIE, which is number 1, based outside of Biafra. Remember, the Biafra government consists 2 arms. Number 1 is BRGIE, which is based outside of Biafra. And number 2, a Biafra government within Biafra. to be known as Biafra Republic Government in the homeland, known as BRGH. Biafra Republic Government in the homeland. Now, both arms shall function in tight coordination and in harmony with the BRGIA in the apex role. The BRGIA will be in the apex role, which is Biafra Republic Government in exile, will be in the apex role, because every decision and things we will be doing will come from BRGIA down to de facto in the homeland. Right? Now let's continue. Functions of BDFG. The sole function of Biafra Republic Government in exile and Biafra de facto government is to carry out the mandate of the Biafra de facto government as stated in the Biafra Charter authorization. BRGIE shall respect laws of host communities in furtherance of this mandate. BRGIE shall respect international laws